Welcome to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm Lilly and Bethany.
And I'm Bethany Washington. Lilly, how are you doing tonight?
I'm absolutely fabulous, Bethany. We're back and better than ever for another show, am I right?
I know, it's going to be a great show tonight.
Absolutely. SAB put every sports fan's knowledge to the test with a trivia night in the Union on Wednesday. From different general sports trivia, students competed for a chance to win gift cards to Dick's Sporting Goods, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Fanatics. For more trivia nights and fun events just like this one.
Executive for SAB, and tonight we hosted a sports trivia night on Kahoot. Over this past semester, we've done movie trivia, and we try to do trivia 2 to 3 times a semester. Well, this was our last trivia for this semester, so keep an eye out for next year's trivias.
For more trivia nights and fun events just like this one, be sure to follow SAB on Instagram at MessiahSAB.
SAB also hosted a spring pop-up on Friday, getting students ready for the warmer weather. Garrett Fannin has the story.
What better way to mark the first day of spring in 2026 than to collect flowers, write encouraging notes for family and friends, and enter a drawing to live your childhood again with a Lego? SAB hosted Spring Pop-Up on Friday with a table at the Student Union. Students gave encouragement, thinking of loved ones, special friends, and community, with flowers and notes tied to it with a chance to win a Lego set. Lisa Vargas told us more about this event.
So today's the first day of spring solstice, and so we have an event called the Spring Pop-Up for SAB, and we just have a bunch of flowers that people can pick out, and we've been giving everyone custom notes to kind of bring some positivity and joy for the beginning of a new season.
In case you missed this refreshing event or the unbelievably warm weather, SAB has more chances to win awesome prizes on their Instagram at MessiahSAB, or find them on the This Week at Messiah. We shall see that warm weather again soon as well.
And with that, we'll be right back with more Falcon Update after this break.
Higher education is in deep need of bright, caring, and capable students, people who desire to affect positive change, who lead out of their core values and their identity in Christ. And at Messiah's program, we take seriously the calling to equip students to do just that.
Our graduate program has 2 pathways that we focus on. One is a degree in higher education with concentration areas, and the other is the degree in intercollegiate athletic leadership.
The online courses in the program made it really flexible. As a working professional, it was easy to stay on top of my coursework. I feel like the online environment didn't detract any from that personal experience I was able to get in the program.
I didn't just want a degree that was a piece of paper and something to put next to my name. I wanted a degree program that was going to challenge me and push me to grow, not only as a coach and possible future administrator, but also as a servant of Christ.
What greatly appealed to me was that I wouldn't feel like a number, and so going throughout the entire program, I just feel like I left knowing my classmates so well, I knew faculty members so well, and built connections that I will continue to use throughout my professional and personal life.
Messiah has helped me see my career anew because of the multiple opportunities that I have on campus to travel with the career centers. And so because of that, I've been able to obtain an internship through Messiah, and that's just amazing. I never would have gotten that opportunity without Messiah.
Welcome back to Falcon Update on YBTV. I'm Bethany Washington.
And I'm Lilly and Bethany. Bethany, what's your favorite thing about springtime?
It's gotta be the weather, honestly. Not too hot, not too cold. Also, spring break. How was your spring break?
My spring break was wonderful. Me and my friends went to DC for my friend's 21st, so it was beautiful weather, as you mentioned. It was very nice. How about you?
My spring break was very fruitful as well. I got to see some plays and also enjoy company with my family.
That sounds awesome. Very nice. Well, let's check in with Micah Hubicki to see if we will continue to see an upward trend. Micah?
Good evening, Messiah. My name is Micah Hubicki, and this is your Falcon forecast for this week. Last night, we had some pretty intense weather for a very short period of time. There was a bit of a power outage, but thankfully the work crews have managed to get it back online. And well, thankfully, I can be the bearer of good news here. That's not going to happen again this week, which we will get to later. But for now, let's talk about today's weather. Right now, it is 45 and cloudy with a high of 47, a low of 28, 15% chance of precipitation, and 66% humidity rating. Moving into our Tuesday planner, we've got partly cloudy throughout the day. It's going to start off a bit cooler in the morning at around 34 at 6 a.m., but that's going to warm up as the day progresses. That's going to be peaking at 6 p.m. at 50 degrees and then dropping as the day continues to an end. Moving into our surface map, right here, as you can see, there's a bit of a mixed storm system. Some snow in the north, some rain in the south, and where we are, it's a bit of a mixture. This really shouldn't be too much this week. As you can see, the whole rest of the United States here is rather clear. And this will continue moving eastward. Moving into our temperature map, as you can see, rather even temperatures across the board with 40 in Lock Haven, 44 in Mifflintown, 44 in Harrisburg, 46 in Lancaster. So overall, a bit of a warmer day for the central PA region. Moving into our 7-day forecast. Partly cloudy across the board. That's good because that means that we'll lock in those warmer temperatures. As we can see, the start of the week is going to be a bit on the warmer side. Thursday, however, is going to be the warmest at 74 degrees, and then temperatures will begin to stabilize as the week goes on with some cooler lows in the evenings. Overall, a very warm week. So definitely drink a lot of water, enjoy the fitness trail, the yellow breeches, or just play some spike ball on Bittner Beach. But enjoy this warm weather because we don't know if it's going to be like this next week. All in all, that's all for this week's edition of Falcon Forecast. My name is Micah Hubicki, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Micah. Luke Fessler brings you the latest happenings on campus in this week's campus calendar. Luke?
Good evening, Messiah. I'm Luke Fessler, and welcome to the week's campus calendar. There are many events to look forward to as we approach the second half of this semester, so let's see what's happening around campus this week. On Tuesday from 6 to 8, the Messiah Council on Family Relations is hosting Paint and Sip in the Jordan and Klein Atrium. The event is free and supplies are provided, so go and enjoy a fun night of painting canvas and tote bags while sipping on some fun drinks you can make at the mocktail bar. Do you enjoy gardening or learning about sustainability practices? If so, Murray Library is hosting its Seed Library Lunch and Learn in the library Athenaeum. And we'll be joined by Jennifer Miller, a co-manager of the nursery at Ashcombe Farm. She will be there to discuss native plants, pollinators, and helpful tips and tricks in the garden that will promote sustainability at home and on campus. Also on Wednesday, Residence Life is holding their annual College Life Hacks Dinner and workshop in the Jordan and Klein Atrium at 5:30. This event will be hosted by Messiah staff who will help prep and equip students with skills and strategies for post-grad life. Some topics that will be discussed include life after university, car maintenance, financial advice, discipleship, and sustainable living. Free Chick-fil-A will be available to those who RSVP by March 24th. Sounds good. On Thursday, SAB will be hosting an Olivia Dean listening party in the Union from 5 to 7:30 p.m. If you enjoy her music, either stop by to listen or to request different songs by her that you like. While there, don't forget to visit the OSE desk for free cookies and lemonade. And lastly, opening night for Hansel and Gretel, presented by Messiah University's Department of Theater and Dance, will be on Thursday, and performances will continue throughout the weekend. Tickets are $15 for adults and $12 for Messiah students with their ID. Tickets can be purchased online or at messiah.edu/tickets or at the door as available. Tickets are buy one, get one free opening night only. So grab your tickets now to support and cheer on the students involved in this production. As you can see, there are many events and activities going on around the campus this week. Hopefully you find something fun and exciting to participate in. That is all for this week's campus calendar. I'm Luke Fessler, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Luke. Great job for your first time. Bethany, did you do anything else fun over spring break?
Yes, actually. I went to go see a musical in Baltimore, and it was very interesting.
Which musical?
It was Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Ooh, I've heard that one's good. That one sounds awesome. Very nice. Gabby Rios went around the Falcon and asked students what the best part about their spring break was. Gabby?
This is Falcon on the Street. My name is Gabriela Rios, and today we'll be asking students around the Falcon what was their favorite part of spring break. So let's go.
I got to go on a ski trip with my fiance, and it was nice to just relax for a little while and then get back to school.
Just sleeping and not thinking about homework.
I spent a lot of time working, but I definitely enjoyed spending time with my friends and family.
I'll say my favorite part is definitely the good weather.
I subbed over spring break, so my favorite part was just seeing a bunch of the different schools in the classrooms that is in a district that I want to teach in.
I got to see the Dancing with the Stars live tour in Richmond, Virginia.
What was your favorite part of spring break?
Playing some pickleball with friends.
My favorite part of spring break was being able to visit family and get to hang out with them since I don't see them as often.
This was Falcon on the Street. My name is Gabriela Rios, and my favorite part of spring break was sleeping up until noon. Thank you for watching, and it's back to the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Unfortunately, that's all we have for you, but stay tuned for when Cameron and Kael bring you the latest in sports. Stick around.
The new athletic training curriculum at Messiah College is a 5-year accelerated program that results in completion of a bachelor's in applied health science with a concentration in pre-athletic training and a master's of science in athletic training.
When I was introduced to the athletic training program at Messiah, I knew right away that it was going to be the right fit for me. There was just so much support and so much interest in me as an individual, and that community was really something special.
I think a student should be interested in studying this program, particularly at Messiah, largely because of the people that we have. Students are going to formally participate in case studies and case reviews, and there's also opportunities for collaboration with the faculty.
My friendship with the program director, Dr. Matt Lewis, has supported my journey as a Christian, as an athletic trainer, and as a scientist.
We are passionate about our students, and we're also passionate about the profession of athletic training.
Every undergraduate engineering major at Messiah has a minimum 4-semester built-in internship in the program. So they're able to transition from the classroom learning environment to a project-based learning environment where they're being peer mentored. They're also being mentored by professionals that serve as player coaches on their team.
The Collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth.
The new athletic training curriculum at Messiah College is a 5-year accelerated program that results in completion of a bachelor's in applied health science with a concentration in pre-athletic training and a master's of science in athletic training.
When I was introduced to the athletic training program at Messiah, I knew right away that it was going to be the right fit for me. There was just so much support and so much interest in me as an individual, and that community was really something special.
I think a student should be interested in studying this program, particularly at Messiah, largely because of the people that we have. Students are going to formally participate in case studies and case reviews, and there's also opportunities for collaboration with the faculty.
My friendship with the program director, Dr. Matt Lewis, has supported my journey as a Christian, as an athletic trainer, and as a scientist.
We are passionate about our students, and we're also passionate about the profession of athletic training.
Absolutely filthy goal there. In goes the dynamite.
Welcome back to YBTV Sports. I'm Kael Childers.
And I'm Cameron Fisher. It was another successful few weeks of sports here at Messiah with all of our spring sports in full swing.
Before getting into this past week's action, let's take a look at some highlights from over the break. Baseball took down number 2 Salisbury in a defensive battle, and softball won a pair of matches to end their spring break slate of games. Men's volleyball took down the Pride of Widener and the Brewers of Vassar in 3 straight sets each, and jumped to second in the AVCA Division III Coaches Top 20 poll, which is the highest ranking they've reached in program history. Men and women's tennis both picked up road wins, taking down the University of Mount Union, and women's lacrosse earned a 25-18 win over Washington College in a defensive thriller.
Wrestling also competed strong over break at the 2026 NCAA 3 Men's Wrestling National Championship. On day 1, Zach Needles finished the day 2-2 in order to conclude his season. And on day 2, Keegan Demarest finished 3rd at 165 pounds. After a 3-2 decision in his final bout of the weekend, Demarest earned All-American honors with his podium finish.
We also had several Falcon athletes win honors this past week. For women's basketball, D3 Hoops named Liv Monturo to the first team All-Region 4 team after a dominant season. Monturo was also named to the WBCA All-American Honorable Mention team. For softball, Brielle Rosario was named the MAC Commonwealth Player of the Week after batting .578 with 6 extra base hits and 8 RBIs. And for wrestling, Tucker Seidel was named MAC Rookie of the Year while head coach Brian Brunk earned MAC Coach of the Year honors for the 7th time in his career.
In addition, senior outside hitter Alex Kagoro tallied his 1,000th career kill as a member of the men's volleyball team. Kagoro is the second Falcon to reach this milestone in program history.
And now, let's get to the highlights in this week's Falcon 4. Starting our highlights very strong with the men's volleyball. Starting our highlights very strong with the men's volleyball game against King College on Wednesday. With a strong lead of 12-1 in the first set, Alex Kagoro landed a very impressive kill. As mentioned, this marks a great milestone in his career as it is his 1,000th kill as a Messiah Falcon, making him the second Falcon to ever reach this milestone. You can see him, ball goes over to Kings, back to Messiah. A great set to Kagoro, and there's the kill. Taking another look. Just a great set here. You can see Kagoro seeing the vision, sees an open spot, and there it is. The Falcons finished with a decisive 3-0 victory, and the volleyball team heads to Maryland this Wednesday for a match with Stevenson University. The next home game will be on April 1st, where they will have a showdown with Arcadia University and be anything but April Fools.
For our next highlight, we take it to Halk Field, where I was on the call, and solid defense turns to offense. With 2 outs in the top of the 9th, the Lions sent a ball to the left center field gap where Josh Bowl made an incredible catch that led to Carter Reed's RBI walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Let's take a look. First, we start off with the impressive catch, the Lions sending a ball out to the left center field gap, and a great catch by Josh Bowl. There we see Carter Reed's walk-off single sneaking through the third baseman of Penn State Harrisburg, and the Falcons celebrating a 2-0 all-time record at home against the Falcons, or against the Lions, excuse me. Again, we see it there right off the bat through the gap of the third baseman for Penn State Harrisburg. Isaiah Peridot comes into the plate and goes and celebrates with his team at first as the Falcons beat the Lions 5-4. The Falcons would improve to a 2-4 record all-time versus Penn State Harrisburg and move to 2-0 on the season at home. The Falcons' next game is Wednesday when the Dickinson Devils come to town.
Next up, we take a look at the men's lacrosse team, who defeated Lebanon Valley College 12-6 this past Wednesday. The Falcons proved their athleticism with some quick maneuvers by Jesse Lynch and Owen Hamill. You can see here, ball goes, boom, to Jesse Lynch, number 4, and he's having a hard time with some defense here, a very good game. And you can see he takes a step back and then commits, breaks through, boom, to Owen Hammonds, and there it is. Take one more look at that goal. You can see after the celebration here, goes in and commits, and overall just a great pass and a great score through a lot of defense here. Owen Hamill stays on top, leading the team with 5 goals. Falcons took control with a higher score in every corner and ultimately that sweet 12-6 victory. This coming Saturday, the 28th, the Falcons host a lacrosse match against Arcadia University at 1 in the afternoon.
I'll be on the call for that one. And to round out the highlights this week, we take things to Whitmer Family Lacrosse Stadium, where Haley Lettinga continues to do what she does best, score. Already with 4 goals in the game and 29 on the season, Lettinga would convert with her 30th of the season off of some tic-tac-toe passing. Here's Gone, passing it over to Bernal Clark behind the net. Lettinga gets around a defender, shot, score! Lettinga's 30th of the season, putting the Falcons up 12-6. With 11:50 to go. We'll take a look at it again. Gone over to Bernal Clark. Tic-tac. There's the toe of Haley Lettinga getting around a defender. Slots it in. Crossbar down. That would be Lettinga's 5th goal of the game, as she now has 176 career goals in her tenure at Messiah. She and the Falcons will host the Hornets of Shenandoah on Wednesday at 4 p.m.
Well, what a great week of sports with much more in store from our Falcons as their seasons continue on.
Unfortunately, that's all we have for tonight on Falcon Update, but tune in next week for our newest segment of YB Tonight. Good night from Grantham.